Hi everybody. I just want to take some time to thank those of you who already donated. First of all, we're up around I think like 50 or 60 at the start here, which is pretty good. So for those of you who aren't aware, I'm basically doing a fundraiser for my birthday. I got my 30th birthday coming up, big milestone here. And rather than having a big birthday party or asking for presents or whatever people usually do, what I'd really rather do instead is donate to the local humane society by my house. And I want to see if I can sponsor as many adoption fees as I possibly can for these animals. Now, I've been going out to this local branch of the Humane Society maybe about the past month or so. And I've been just kind of going in and asking the employees, which cats in the socialization areas need the most socialization, which ones need to, kind of adapt to human contact the most and just kind of need quality time spent with them. And on top of that, I've also kind of just tried to spread my presence around as much as possible to all the other cats and just kind of really make sure, they feel that kind of company that they may have been lacking. A lot of these animals were just like former pets and their families just couldn't either afford them anymore, they're moving away or moving into an apartment situation where they couldn't have them anymore, any number of stories really. And along the way I've met some really helpful and great volunteers, and the shelter branch itself out here is actually a no-kill shelter, so it's pretty great. I mean, the only time they ever euthanize is when there's a severe health issue that's like terminal and animals suffering and stuff. So they do their best, and they do a really good job getting a lot of good turnover and adopting out a lot of animals there. And the staff there works really hard and takes really good care of the animals. And so and I'm also actually helping to volunteer there formally in the near future when they have the availability for it. But yeah, I got to meet some great cats along the way because I've been mostly working with the cats over there, and I just figured I'd make a video and show you guys some of the cats I've been socializing with. I've been going down there and taking videos and pictures and stuff, so you can meet some of the cats I've been working with. And really, it would be great if we could just spread this video around to get as much as we can for donations there. I want to go in person and just hand it off a nice good check right after my birthday to just kind of, like I said, pay as many adoption fees and things that I can over there as possible for a donation. So without talking too much here, I'd like to get into just kind of some pictures of some of the cats. I'll just kind of voice some of them over, then get you guys some of the video footage and stuff that I got there. So if you guys could just share this link and donate yourselves if you haven't already, even $5 or $10. If we just get a lot of people who donate about that much to this cause, we could really pay off a lot and do a lot of good for that community over there, and really do a lot to kind of help out these volunteers and the cats, really, who's the most important parts of it, and the dogs when we get the donations over there as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these cats I've met here. I'll kind of show you some snapshots and we'll get to the video footage. Okay, so this first little sweetie that you see cuddled up to my chest here is one that they're calling Mimi here, a nice tortoiseshell cat, kind of medium hair. This one was actually my fiance's favorite too. Basically, great cat. You'll get to see some video footage in a sec here, but really amazing. Loves to make the biscuits. Great purr motor there. Very playful at the same time. Very gentle with the love bites. This one just gives you hugs. Hops right over your shoulder. Like, it was amazing. It was so fun to be petting that one. I remember this one was also laying in the lap of Robin as well. So it was pretty great. So you'll get to have a lot of fun watching that one later. And this next beautiful kitty you see here is one they call Shady, but she is anything but, really. She's such a sweet cat. Long-haired, very beautiful. Those blue eyes, man, they just pop. Interestingly, they kind of put on the bio that she was kind of shy at first. I know she doesn't really like loud noises, but at the same time, like, just so sweet and cuddly, just loves to rub on you and purr and just sits up and curls up right next to you. It was anything but shy with me, really. She was just great cat there. I really hope she gets a home, and as a middle-aged cat, that's great when people can kind of go in there and just kind of she's like 5 or 6, and just give her a home and a kind of a last shot to kind of live out her years. I mean, cats can live for a long time, so it's kind of just getting her second wind, if you will. This next big fellow that you got curled up next to me there is one they named Gus. Pretty similar coat to Shady, but interesting story behind this guy that I was told by the staff was that he was actually adopted out of that same shelter 9 years ago. And his family, I think, was moving out of the area or something and couldn't take him, sadly. And you could just tell he was just very loved in a great home prior to that. And he's just such a big, gentle, sweet cat. And he just loves curling up, big time promoter. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of my cat that passed last year. We named him Spanky. That cat actually lived to be 18, but yeah, this guy is 9 years old. He's just big, sweetheart, just gentle, cuddly, purrs so loud. It's an amazing cat there. No, I don't really remember the next guy's name here. It's this nice, sweet, very outgoing black cat there that you can see. Last time that I was there, they actually had a special on black cats since they had such a large litter that they had brought in, where I think the adoption fees were lowered pretty significantly. It's something around 20, $25, and I think that particular weekend. I don't know if it's still going on. But he was over in what they call the sunshine area or the sunshine room, which is kind of just this free area where the cats that are better about being more social with other cats or who need more socialization and can kind of learn from the other cats that are more social can just kind of be together. There's usually about 5 or 6 at a time in there, and they just kind of play. But yeah, this guy was pretty great too. This little sweetie that's eating the food right there is one they named Camille. Basically, the first couple times I went there, she's been there for a few weeks, interestingly, but the first time I went there, she was kind of shy. She didn't really come out. I didn't see her for a week or two, but then when I went in there with her the other day, she was awake and she was super friendly. Just, again, high promoter, loves to make the biscuits everywhere, as you say. Just curled right up in my lap and just super, super affectionate. Great cat. Awesome cat. You'll definitely get to see a little bit more of her in a bit. Now, before I'll post another video of this guy later on, but before I get to the actual just video footage without me talking at you guys here, and I'll just put some nice funny music on there so you can just get to enjoy the cats themselves. I just want to show you this guy right here. They call him, I think, Samson. He's kind of one of the higher needs cats. He's a very old dude, about 10 years old, just kind of looking out to live the last years of his life. And it was just the sweetest cat. He really wanted out. You can tell he just needs to go back to a home. He'd been in one for a while. He's a little scrapper, that guy, a little battler. You know, he just keeps fighting. He's had his share of health issues. You know, he's got an eye missing, even a big underbite. But that cat just, you can tell he doesn't hold it against the world, so to speak. You know, he just cuddles up into your lap. He's just sitting on my lap the whole time and just nudging you with his face and just really super affectionate cat. It just loves the attention, loves some good loving. And I'm actually going to share another special needs cat real quick that actually got adopted out. I just wanted to kind of give an example of, just in case people didn't believe it's a virtual no-kill shelter. They really don't euthanize any animals there unless they really have to and they're like terminally ill and they're just suffering. But even Samson here, who definitely has his needs and his pains, like he could still be a good cat in a good home. And the staff really takes a good time realizing that, and they're not about profits. They're a non-profit there, so they don't do anything they don't have to with these cats, and they take a really good care of these cats. So let me just show you one more of the special needs cats I had because he was just super adorable, and then we'll put you to some footage here. Now, the last little guy you'll see while I talk here is named Rascal, but he's anything but a rascal. He's a really gentle little sweetheart, very just sweet little dude. Now, this one was adopted out, thankfully, and interesting thing about Rascal is he was born without eyelids. They really had to do a lot to patch his eyes up there at the shelter and to kind of get him good treatment and stuff. And he's basically a cat that has pretty high needs. Obviously, doesn't see too well. Has to sleep with his eyes open. Kind of clumsy, but they just basically made it so he has to get checkups regularly and has to have medicated eye drops every day, a few times a day, just to make sure his eyes are going to be kept in good shape there. And I mean, he's just a totally sweet cat. You can tell they did a great job socializing him and helping out with that. And the fact that they gave him a good home was just a real testament to the job that they did in helping to socialize him and train him and to prepare him
within that he's in the Sunshine Room as well, to prepare him to be a good adoptable cat. And just look at him; he's just curled up right in my lap. You can tell that he really loves the attention. He loves affection. And he's just look at the guy. That beautiful gray coat too. Really glad they were able to adopt that cat out, because I know the higher needs cats can sometimes be difficult for shelters, but I mean, this guy was awesome. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, why don't I just show you some more of these cats in action? This again, please don't forget to share this video and to share the campaign itself with this link. And just remember, even $5 or $10 helps if you share this with enough people. It really adds up, and with adoption fees costing about $125 or so an animal, I'd really just love to pay off as many of those as I can. So yeah, let's watch some cats. this up. Thank you everybody for watching, and please don't forget to share and donate my campaign. Let's save a lot of cats and pay off a lot of fees and get them some nice homes. Take care.